In a world saturated with noise, endless notifications, opinions, and fleeting distractions, there lies a profound strength in silence, a wisdom that speaks without words. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, an ancient Greco-Roman school of thought that continues to resonate in modern times. Stoicism, founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BCE, teaches us to cultivate inner tranquility, resilience, and virtue in the face of life's unpredictability. Yet, much of its power remains unspoken, embedded in the subtle practices and mindsets of its adherents. This video explores the hidden depths of Stoic wisdom, revealing how its quiet principles can transform our lives without fanfare or proclamation. Stoicism is not about grand gestures or verbose declarations. It is a philosophy of action, of living deliberately in alignment with nature and reason. The Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, did not seek to dominate conversations or impose their beliefs. Instead, they embodied their principles through disciplined lives, demonstrating that true power lies in mastering oneself rather than controlling others. Their wisdom whispers through their writings, meditations, and the way they navigated adversity, offering timeless lessons for those willing to listen. This exploration will delve into the core tenets of Stoicism, virtue, reason, and acceptance, and uncover the unspoken practices that amplify their impact. We will examine how Stoic principles manifest in daily life, from cultivating mental resilience to embracing simplicity, and how these quiet virtues can lead to profound, personal transformation. By peeling back the layers of Stoic thought, we will reveal its hidden power, a philosophy that thrives in the spaces between words, in the choices we make, and in the silence we cultivate within. The Stoics understood that life is fleeting and unpredictable, yet they found strength in focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. In a world that demands constant reaction, their teachings encourage us to pause, reflect, and act with intention. This script is not just an academic exercise. It is a call to rediscover the subtle, unspoken power of Stoic wisdom and apply it to modern challenges. From managing stress to building meaningful relationships, Stoicism offers a blueprint for living well, quietly, and purposefully. As we embark on this journey, we will explore historical anecdotes, philosophical insights, and practical applications, weaving together a narrative that bridges ancient wisdom with contemporary life. The Stoics' unspoken lessons, rooted in discipline, humility, and resilience, hold the key to navigating the complexities of the modern world. A quick shout out to our amazing global audience. Huge thanks to all new viewers from Dubai, Rwanda, Pretoria in South Africa, Bamenda, and Buea in Cameroon, Ghana, and Nigeria. I cannot forget our top viewers in the United States of America, Canada, Australia, India, and the United Kingdom. If I missed your country, drop it in the comments below. I'll be happy to mention it next time. Thanks for everything. Let us uncover the hidden power of Stoic wisdom and learn how to live with clarity and strength in an often chaotic world. The core tenets of Stoicism. Stoicism rests on 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues form the foundation of a life well lived, guiding individuals toward eudaimonia or flourishing. Yet the power of these virtues lies not in their proclamation, but in their quiet practice. Let us explore each virtue and how it manifests in Stoic thought, revealing the unspoken strength that defines this philosophy. Wisdom, or phronesis, is the ability to navigate life with sound judgment. For the Stoics, wisdom is not about accumulating knowledge, but about applying reason to discern what is true and good. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflects on the importance of seeing things clearly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This insight underscores the Stoic practice of focusing on what is within our control, a principle that requires no fanfare but profound self-awareness. Wisdom manifests in the Stoic practice of negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum. By quietly contemplating potential adversities, loss, failure, or hardship, Stoics prepare themselves to face challenges with composure. This mental exercise is not pessimistic, but empowering, as it trains the mind to remain steady amid life's storms. The unspoken power of wisdom lies in its ability to transform fear into readiness, allowing us to meet difficulties with clarity and calm. Courage, in Stoic philosophy, is not the absence of fear, but the resolve to act virtuously despite it. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, emphasized that courage is about enduring hardship with integrity. You have within you, right now, everything you need to deal with, whatever the world can throw at you. This quiet resilience is the hallmark of Stoic courage, which does not boast, but persists. Consider the story of Seneca, who faced exile and eventual execution under Nero. Despite these trials, he continued to write letters that exuded calm and wisdom, offering guidance to others. His courage was unspoken, demonstrated through his steadfast commitment to virtue in the face of adversity. In modern life, Stoic courage manifests in small, quiet acts, speaking truth in difficult situations, persevering through personal setbacks, or standing firm in one's principles. Justice for the Stoics is the commitment to treating others with fairness and kindness. It is the recognition that we are part of a larger human community, bound by shared rationality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." Yet he also urged himself to act justly, even toward those who wronged him. This unspoken commitment to fairness reflects the Stoic belief that our actions ripple outward, shaping the world around us. The power of Stoic justice lies in its restraint. It does not demand recognition or reward, but seeks to align personal conduct with the greater good. In practice, this might mean listening patiently to a colleague, forgiving a friend's mistake, or advocating for fairness without seeking applause. The quiet strength of justice transforms relationships and fosters harmony without the need for grandiose gestures. Temperance, or self-discipline, is the Stoic virtue of moderation. It is the ability to govern one's desires and impulses, choosing reason over excess. Seneca advised, "You must become master of yourself before you can become master of anything else." This principle is profoundly quiet, as it requires internal vigilance rather than external validation. In daily life, temperance manifests in habits like mindful consumption, resisting impulsive reactions, or prioritizing long-term goals over fleeting pleasures. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort, such as fasting or enduring cold, to strengthen their self-control. These acts, performed without fanfare, build resilience and prepare us for life's inevitable challenges. The unspoken power of temperance lies in its ability to cultivate inner freedom, liberating us from the tyranny of unchecked desires. Together, these virtues form a cohesive framework for living with purpose and resilience. The Stoics did not preach their philosophy loudly. They lived it quietly, letting their actions speak. This unspoken synthesis is what makes Stoicism enduringly powerful. By internalizing these virtues, we learn to navigate life with clarity, strength, and compassion, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. The unspoken practices of Stoicism. Stoicism is not merely a set of ideas, but a way of life, defined by practices that embody its principles. These practices are often subtle, requiring no audience or acclaim, yet they hold transformative power. Let us explore the key Stoic practices that harness this unspoken wisdom, offering practical tools for modern living. The Stoics taught that our perceptions shape our reality. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle, known as the discipline of perception, invites us to reframe challenges as opportunities. When faced with a setback, say a missed promotion or a personal loss, the Stoic pauses to examine their judgment. Is this truly a catastrophe? Or can it be viewed as a chance to grow? In practice, this discipline involves journaling or reflecting on events to separate facts from emotions. For example, instead of thinking, "I failed," a Stoic might write, "The outcome was not as expected, but I can learn from this." This quiet shift in perspective builds resilience, turning obstacles into stepping stones. The power of this practice lies in its simplicity. No grand declarations are needed, only a willingness to see clearly. Stoic action is purposeful and aligned with virtue. The Stoics believed that we should act with intention, focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. This principle is embodied in the Stoic concept of Amor Fati, or love of fate, which encourages us to embrace life as it unfolds. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." In modern life, this might mean taking responsibility for our choices, whether it's completing a task with diligence or responding to conflict with patience. The discipline of action is quiet, as it requires no external validation. A Stoic does not act for applause, but for the sake of doing what is right. This practice fosters a sense of agency, empowering us to shape our lives through deliberate choices. The discipline of will involves cultivating inner strength to face life's challenges. This is where practices like negative visualization and voluntary discomfort come into play. By imagining worst-case scenarios, we prepare ourselves to face them with equanimity. Similarly, by embracing discomfort, such as forgoing luxuries or facing fears, we build resilience. For example, a modern Stoic might choose to walk in the rain rather than take a taxi, not out of necessity, but to practice enduring discomfort. These small acts, performed without fanfare, strengthen the will and reduce our dependence on external comforts. The unspoken power of this discipline lies in its ability to free us from fear, allowing us to live with confidence and calm. Reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is essentially a personal journal where he reflects on his thoughts and actions to align them with virtue. This practice involves setting aside time each day to review one's conduct, asking questions like, "Did I act with wisdom today? Was I just in my interactions? Where can I improve?" In practice, this might involve keeping a Stoic journal where one records moments of gratitude, lessons learned, or areas for growth. This quiet act of self-examination fosters self-awareness and accountability, helping us refine our character over time. The power of reflection lies in its consistency. Small daily efforts compound into profound personal growth. Stoicism advocates for simplicity in both thought and lifestyle. The Stoics believed that true contentment comes from within, not from external possessions or status. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This principle encourages us to focus on what is essential and let go of excess. In modern life, simplicity might mean decluttering one's home, prioritizing meaningful relationships, or reducing digital distractions. These acts are quiet but powerful, as they create space for clarity and focus. By embracing simplicity, we align ourselves with Stoic values, finding contentment in the present moment rather than chasing fleeting desires. Stoicism in modern life. The principles and practices of Stoicism are not confined to ancient texts. They are remarkably relevant to contemporary challenges. From managing stress to navigating relationships, Stoic wisdom offers practical tools for living well in a fast-paced world. Let us explore how the unspoken power of Stoicism can be applied to modern contexts. In an era of constant connectivity, stress and anxiety are pervasive. Stoicism offers an antidote through its emphasis on controlling what is within our power. When overwhelmed by work or personal pressures, a Stoic might pause to ask, "What can I control in this moment?" By focusing on their response, perhaps taking a deep breath or prioritizing tasks, they regain a sense of agency. The practice of negative visualization is particularly effective here. By imagining potential stressors, a difficult meeting or a looming deadline, we prepare ourselves to face them with calm. This quiet mental exercise reduces anxiety by reframing challenges as manageable. For example, a professional might visualize a tough presentation, mentally rehearsing their response to tough questions, thus entering the situation with confidence. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and Stoicism excels in cultivating this trait. The discipline of will, with its emphasis on voluntary discomfort, prepares us for life's inevitable setbacks. For instance, someone facing financial difficulties might adopt a Stoic mindset by focusing on what they can control, budgeting wisely, or seeking new opportunities, rather than dwelling on what they cannot. Consider the story of a modern Stoic, perhaps a single parent navigating a career change. By practicing temperance and courage, they build resilience without fanfare. Their strength lies in quiet perseverance, embodying the Stoic ideal of enduring hardship with grace. Stoic justice emphasizes treating others with fairness and kindness, which is invaluable in relationships. In conflicts, a Stoic might practice the discipline of perception, reframing a partner's criticism as an opportunity for growth rather than a personal attack. This quiet shift in perspective fosters empathy and understanding, strengthening bonds. For example, when a friend cancels plans, a Stoic might reflect on their intentions rather than reacting with frustration. By assuming positive intent and responding with patience, they maintain harmony. This unspoken practice of justice transforms relationships, creating a ripple effect of kindness and mutual respect. Stoicism is a philosophy of continuous improvement, and its reflective practices are ideal for personal growth. By journaling or meditating on their actions, individuals can identify patterns and areas for improvement. A student, for instance, might reflect on a poor exam performance, asking, "Did I prepare with discipline? How can I improve?" This quiet self-examination drives progress without the need for external validation. The Stoic emphasis on virtue also encourages lifelong learning. By pursuing wisdom through reading, reflection, or mentorship, individuals align with Stoic ideals. These quiet efforts compound over time, leading to profound personal transformation. The modern world is rife with uncertainty, economic shifts, technological changes, and global challenges. Stoicism's Amor Fati teaches us to embrace uncertainty as part of life's natural rhythm. Instead of resisting change, a Stoic adapts with flexibility and resilience. For example, during a career transition, a Stoic might focus on what they can control, updating their skills or networking, while accepting the uncertainty of the job market. This quiet acceptance empowers them to move forward with clarity and purpose, turning uncertainty into opportunity. Historical anecdotes: Stoicism in action. The lives of the Stoics themselves offer powerful examples of unspoken wisdom. By examining their stories, we can see how Stoic principles were applied in real-world contexts, providing inspiration for modern application. Marcus Aurelius. The philosopher-emperor Marcus Aurelius Roman emperor from 161 to 180 CE, is perhaps the most famous Stoic. Despite ruling an empire fraught with war, plague, and political intrigue, he maintained inner peace through his meditations. His writings, never intended for publication, reveal a man grappling with his responsibilities while striving to live virtuously. One anecdote illustrates his commitment to justice. When faced with a rebellion led by Avidius Cassius, Marcus chose restraint over vengeance. Rather than executing the rebels, he sought to understand their motives and offered clemency where possible. This quiet act of justice, rooted in Stoic principles, preserved stability and demonstrated his strength of character. Seneca, the Stoic in exile. Seneca, a prominent Roman statesman and philosopher, faced exile under Emperor Claudius and later navigated the volatile court of Nero. Despite these challenges, he continued to write letters and essays that exuded wisdom and resilience. His practice of negative visualization prepared him for these trials, allowing him to face exile with equanimity. In one instance, Seneca was falsely accused of plotting against Nero. Rather than succumbing to fear, he used his Stoic training to focus on what he could control: his response. His calm demeanor and reasoned arguments ultimately spared his life, at least temporarily. Seneca's quiet resilience exemplifies the power of Stoic practices in adversity. Epictetus, the slave turned sage. Epictetus, born a slave, rose to become one of Stoicism's greatest teachers. His life is a testament to the philosophy's transformative power. Despite his lack of freedom, Epictetus focused on what he could control: his mind and character. His teachings, recorded by his student Arrian, emphasize the discipline of perception and the importance of inner freedom. One story recounts Epictetus's response to his master's cruelty. When his leg was twisted, Epictetus calmly remarked, "You will break it." When it broke, he simply said, "I told you so." This unflinching composure reflects the Stoic ideal of mastering one's reactions, a quiet strength that transcends external circumstances. The hidden power of unspoken Stoic wisdom lies in its simplicity and depth. By embracing the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and practicing disciplines like perception, action, and will, we can navigate life's challenges with clarity and strength. The Stoics, through their lives and teachings, demonstrate that true power is not loud or ostentatious, but quiet and deliberate. In a world that demands constant reaction, Stoicism invites us to pause, reflect, and act with intention. Its practices, negative visualization, reflection, simplicity, are not flashy, but transformative, offering tools to build resilience, enhance relationships, and pursue personal growth. The stories of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and Cleanthes remind us that Stoic wisdom is not just theoretical, but lived. Its impact felt in the quiet choices we make each day. As we face modern challenges, stress, uncertainty, and distraction, Stoicism offers a timeless guide. Its unspoken wisdom teaches us to focus on what we can control, embrace life as it is, and live with virtue. By cultivating silence and intentionality, we unlock the hidden power of Stoicism, transforming ourselves and the world around us. Let us carry forward this wisdom, not with words, but with actions. In the quiet practice of Stoic principles, we find the strength to live well, no matter what life brings.